Okay, here is the third stage of the illustration/painting Swevender. Swevender is the name of this floating city you see here before you. Yeah, at the moment I do the outlines first, and then once I've done all the outlines, I'll shade it all in. I do a very thick outline for the actual main shape, you know, the city and all the bits that are sticking out of it. And then I'll go back and I'll do a less thick outline for the objects that are meant to be a bit more in the foreground. And after that I will do a even thinner outline for the rest of them, the rest of the objects in there. And yeah, then I move on to the shading. In some places you notice I didn't continue the line completely, because that's kind of where the light is hitting it. Even though it's just an outline, it still adds a bit of darkness to it because it is black. So if you want to make it lighter, you don't have to outline the whole thing. That's the way I do it. Yeah, and one thing no one has noticed after showing them the front cover of the book, this is the picture on the front cover, is that there's no people. I felt like it would be another level of complicity, which I didn't really need. I just wanted to show people the actual city itself, which, yeah, is easy to do without showing all the people. And yeah, it wasn't really necessary to put them in there. So yeah, if you do want to get this book, by the way, you have to go to Amazon, and there you can download an ebook or you can get a physical copy. Just type in Fallen World and my name, Ben van Eijk. It's the name of this YouTube channel, so the spelling is there. It's not typical, well, it's typical Dutch spelling, but it's not typical English spelling, which is the language that the book is written in. I did actually do the shading and the inking for the clouds before I did any of the city, because I wasn't entirely happy with the way the clouds looked before I had inked them. They kind of just looked like white mountains, you know, mountains made out of snow, before I put any ink on them. And then after I inked them, it gave them the proper depth that I was looking for. Clouds are pretty hard to draw, so I wanted to make sure that I'd got that particular bit right. Even though it's in the background, I still think it's probably, you know, the majority of the actual page. Excuse me. Yeah, and you'll notice I do a different texture for each thing. The concrete is supposed to be quite porous, so that's why I did a lot of stippling. And then I slapped the whole image on the front cover of my book, and yeah, I've sold a few copies, and would love to sell some more.